Hey everyone, real quick before we get into it, don't forget to
like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Check out the podcast on Podbean. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, and Google Play.
And with all that said and done, let's get to it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 116 of the Hella Average Gamescast. We are back for another week of in-your-face gaming, and guess what? Carmen made it back from up north. He's with us again, and we got the whole crew here. What's up, fellas?
Hanging in there like an old hair in a biscuit.
Like an old hair in a biscuit, you say?
Exactly. You ever seen how a hair hangs in a biscuit after you baked it?
Yeah, I actually have.
There you go.
Jeremy, what about you? How's your a week been?
I've literally been working every day since we last recorded, so finally got
When is your next day off?
tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So you get a little break tomorrow,
Yeah.
which is Friday.
8 days straight. So
That's easy stuff.
I'm planning to sleep in tomorrow. It'll be nice. Sleep into the crack of 6.
Well, I was gonna say, what is your sleeping in?
Honestly, it's probably about 7 in the morning.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sleeping in till 7 in the morning. I wish I could do what you do, Jeremy.
It's easy. Just go to bed before 3 a.m.
Well, life has demands, and I've got to be there to meet them. So one of those demands, rather than wishing upon a star, would be to talk about video games. Carmen, since you missed out last week, you get to be the maid of honor. And start us out. What you been playing?
I've just been fucking around with a little bit of Mortal Kombat 11. I've been playing Liu Kang, trying to learn his combos and getting frustrated, but having a good time.
Liu Kang, huh?
Yeah, his opening combo, the first part of the combo, I can't get the catch. But if I start on the second move, I got it all day.
You can maybe find another combo that can fit with that. That's usually what I used to do.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I need to do some more research, but my hands were hurting, so I turned it off.
You doing a claw?
Mortal Kombat.
No, I don't claw. I just was aggressively tapping X's in circles, and yeah. And then new season of Rocket League started.
Oh, Rocket League, huh? I didn't know you were playing again.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be my last season, I think.
For good? Forever?
Forever.
Wow.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay. You'll see when I delete it.
I will see when you delete it. And when it happens, I'll buy you Taco Bell or something.
Sweet. Nacho Bel Grande, thank you.
Nacho Bel Grande? Jesus, man. They've got a dollar menu.
Well, I ain't no dollar menu kind of guy.
You're a cheap date.
We ain't
Not
no
as cheap as Jeremy, though.
Hey, I'm a high class whore.
Well, Mr. High Class Whore, what have you been playing since we last talked? Or have you even got a chance to cut a video game console on?
No, I've been playing. I've been mostly sticking to Bloodstained again, making some progress in that. Not saying it's the greatest game of all time, but I will say that Shovel Knight is a regular enemy in the game.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
And I've got his shovel as a weapon, and I've got armor that when I equip it, it turns me into him. And I can summon him as an ally. Also not saying it's the greatest game in the world, but one of the main characters is voiced by David Hayter, who is Solid Snake.
Yes, I know who Solid Snake is.
God, it was so fucking cool to hear his voice as Zangetsu, who was the protagonist of the prequel game. It was so cool. I was
Nice, very
I was like,
nice.
that's motherfucking Solid Snake. But
Did you see who's going to be voicing Spawn in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, Keith David.
Hell yeah, the original voice of Spawn back in the DA.
That makes me want Goliath in Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking cool.
So what else did you get into besides the old Bloodstained?
That was the only thing really worth mentioning. I don't even think I turned on Crash Team Racing this week. I think it was really just that. So
Nice. I was kind of slacking too. I've been watching more movies and TV than anything, but I did play a little bit of Mortal Kombat. I've been running through the crypt, doing towers, things like that. Right now I'm maining Kung Lao, and I'm pretty good with them. I'm like top 26%. I did this
humble brag.
Well, I did this ranked tower thing that was ranked at 5 skulls, and it gauges how good of a player you are compared to the rest of the Kung Lao players who have are on the leaderboards. So I got top 26% in that.
Out of 4.
And yeah, out of probably 10 maybe. And then I played online, did some casual. I win a few, lose a few. It's fun. Good fun game.
Your Kung Lao gameplay looks pretty good. If you guys haven't seen it, follow him on Twitter.
I just wanted, it was just random ones. I drop combos still a lot with them, but I'm learning them, so it's really fun to play.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind losing to your Kung Lao if it's good. It's a lot better than you getting cheap with Goro and just doing the same jump stomp every time.
Yeah, it's almost like dropping rocks from the sky, but we should not talk about that.
That's comedy right there, son.
Carmen, you were gone last week, but do you remember what happens after we talk about what we've been playing? Do you remember the layout of the show by any chance?
I think the show's over at this point.
Yeah.
Play on and stay hella average.
You're right. Let's get out of here. See ya!
But seriously, I think it's time to get into some news.
All right. Let's kick it off. And we got quite a bit, but we got some pretty cool stuff going on. So let's kick it right off with the main thing that we love about video games, which is the free stuff. And we got the PS Plus and Games with Gold. The news dropped, I think the PS Plus dropped yesterday and Games with Gold today. So fairly new. But for the PS Plus coming in super hot, we've got Batman Arkham Knight and Darksiders 3. And I'm pretty sure that last time we talked about this, we were complaining about not having AAA titles. Mm-hmm. And look what they did. They hurt us.
Damn, son. That Darksiders 3 went free awfully quick, though, I noticed.
Well, I'm not going to complain about it.
No, me neither. I'll download it and play it now.
I mean, it probably just turned a mediocre launch into a pretty decent payday, so. And they may be ramping up for a Darksiders 4 on the PS5.
Well,
so.
Darksiders 4 is already coming out. It's that top... Remember that one that looks like a top-down dungeon crawler thing?
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that was part of the series.
Yeah, not too hyped for that one.
Oh, yeah, so they're about to break the formula. They're fucking up.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for these two games. Definitely pick us. I mean, I've beat Arkham Knight, but never hurts to go back to it. So, it's in my opinion, it's one of my favorite games I've ever played.
It's my
Arkham City.
It's my least favorite of the Arkham games.
Really?
Yeah, City, and then Asylum, and then Origins, and then this one.
Origins is my least favorite.
It's a great game, but I think that Batmobile just sucks. It controls like ass.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think the worst Batman Arkham game beats the best top 85% of games made, so.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, that's pretty bold. Top 85%.
I'm sticking right by it. Those games were phenomenal.
I'd say it beats every Superman game ever made.
I can think of
it's the second best superhero game ever.
I can think of 2 franchises, maybe 3 or 4 franchises that.
And that's the top 85%.
Out of how many games made? Yeah, of course it is.
It's better than 4 franchises.
I'm saying 4 franchises are better than it.
I can't get behind that.
I don't need you to get behind my opinion, bitches.
I'm pretty sure you flip-flopped what you were saying.
With gold.
So were you saying the franchises were better than Batman, or the Batman games were better than the franchises?
So what I said was, originally, the worst Batman game is still better than 85% of games made. And then I said that I could think of 4 franchises that are better than it off the top of my head.
Oh,
what would you?
Well, let's think about that Batman game we played on Select Start Season 2. I do.
Dude,
believe.
that's one of the.
And we fucking absolutely suck.
Dude, that's one of the better Batman games. Try playing.
But it is. But thinking about it in comparison to the top franchises in the game, the top 85% of franchises in video gaming, it falls pretty short.
Dude, try playing Batman Forever on the fucking SNES or Batman Robin on the PlayStation 1. Those are shit games.
I know. I said the Batman Arkham games.
I heard Batman games.
No. He didn't say Arkham for shit.
Yes, I did.
Jeremy.
When we go back and look at it, listen to it, Carmen, I'll make sure that you eat shit, because I know for a fact
I'll make sure that you don't edit your audio.
I won't. I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm going to check it as soon as we get done.
Jeremy, did you hear that?
I heard him say Batman.
All I heard was Batman as well.
He might have been thinking Arkham.
We'll run it back. We'll run it back as soon as the recording is over. America can hear it all. I don't mind. Fuck it. Let's talk about Xbox now. not nearly as good. I mean, nothing that gets my dick hard. But we got Tekken Tag.
Decent.
Hitman: The Complete Season 1, which is actually a really good game.
That's good, but I think PlayStation already got that one. Also.
It did, because I got it off PlayStation.
Yeah, so did I.
We Were Here, which I'm not really that sure on. Have either one of you heard that one?
Never heard of that one.
Okay. And then Earth Defense
Force
2025.
I mean, it's not a bad lineup, but it's just nothing compared to the other two. To
Sony has a stronger lineup, and Microsoft still is bringing quantity. So you get more games for games with gold.
You do get more games. It depends. And obviously, if you're an Xbox fanboy, you're going to think Xbox is better. If you're a Sony fanboy, you're going to think Sony's better. So who am I to tell you what to like?
And if you're a Nintendo?
You pair games with gold with Game Pass, and like we've been saying for the past, year, it's the best deal in gaming. You can't beat it.
I agree. I still agree.
Overall. But the lineups this month, Sony takes the cake.
I agree. But free stuff is free stuff. So go pick it up. You can try all these games, and if you don't like it, just delete it. Who cares? It costs you nothing but time.
Yeah, the best thing about the free games is at the end of the year when they're like, they saved $1,800, or you saved $1,455. That's what I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah, we gave away $2,000 of free games. Yeah, I guess it's
You multiply that by a user base, and it's a lot of fucking money.
You're right. It is a lot of money. So go check it out. Don't let the free stuff go to waste, please. Let's keep rocking and rolling, and let's talk a little bit about Disney, which doesn't come up too often in this podcast. But they are remaking the Aladdin and Lion King games, remastered fully on every console, I think. PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Stadia, Sony Pippin, everything. And it's cool because, if I'm not mistaken, I know they're doing it for Aladdin. I don't know if it's the same on Xbox, but they're doing like 3 different versions of the game. The Game Boy, the Sega Genesis, and the Super Nintendo versions. And there's behind-the-scenes footage of like stuff they did when they made the actual movie, and there's like demos from when they had it on the floor back in the day. So it's a pretty cool concept, but it's fairly steep in my opinion. $30, I think. Kind of steep.
Yeah, it's way overpriced.
Because, I mean, like, the Aladdin games, all, like, they're going to have, like, 3 different games, because the Genesis version, the Super Nintendo version, Game Boy version are all different games. But Lion King's just the same game across all 3, so you're probably just getting one Lion King game. So essentially, you're looking at about 4, maybe 5 games for $30. That's too much.
I mean, the games are good.
They're decent. I mean, the Aladdin games, I think, are the better ones. The Lion King game is okay.
The Lion King game's hard as fuck.
It's just that second stage is hard as fuck. Damn monkeys.
Well, that and the fucking
Stampede.
That shit was hard as fuck.
But
so the only reason I would want to play it is to beat that game.
Like, I would pay $10 for it, not $30. That's way too much.
I think it even at the highest $14.99. I'd buy it at $14.99.
I want that Loin King game though.
The Loin King.
The one where they fucked up.
With the Brazzers logo in the bottom corner.
Nice.
I have no interest in picking these up.
Like I said, I get it for 10, but nothing more. I think they're decent games, but I don't have very much nostalgia for them. I only one I played the most was the Aladdin one on SNES, and it's super short and easy. It's neat that they're doing it though. I like the fact that they're doing more stuff like this. But man, they gotta really work on that pricing. That's Disney for you though.
Yeah, they're fucking crooks.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciated Aladdin a lot. I did play Lion King too, but I have fond memories of the Aladdin game, and obviously I had on the Sega Genesis. But I've played enough of that game, watched enough of that game. Same with Lion King that I don't, if it comes up as a freebie one day, then maybe.
Yeah, same.
But not too interested. But however, I do think it's pretty cool they're remastering them, and they're doing save states, 15-second rewinds, so that's pretty cool. I mean, anytime they bring back some of these old games, I think is really neat.
Yeah, totally with you on that.
So keep out for that. I think it's coming out fairly soon, October, November, this year for sure. I just don't remember exactly when. And like I said, any console that you have, and I would personally recommend, if it's me, getting it on the Switch if you can and plan on picking it up. I think that'd be the best way to do it.
If I got it, I get it on PlayStation just for them trophies.
I got you. Yeah, do some trophies on there.
But failing that, I get it for Switch.
Yeah, because you might be on the train or the plane or in the automobile, and you might want to play some Aladdin.
Might be taking a shit and go, I got enough time to beat Aladdin on the Super Nintendo.
Exactly.
I got 5 minutes.
That's a long shit. I take long shits. That's a long shit.
No, you can do it in like 5 minutes. If you're taking a cam shit, you can beat it about 10 times.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
Hey.
Jeremy.
Yo.
Let's talk about one of your favorite series real quick.
All right.
And you can discuss more of what this impacts, how it impacts it. But Yakuza 7 has been announced, and one of the big news stories surrounding it is they're moving away from this hack and slash like action type game to a JRPG combat mechanic. So what does that mean for this game?
Yeah, well, like this is actually technically the 8th game in the series, if you count Yakuza 0, which is a prequel. But all the previous games had the same combat system. It was like a beat 'em up, interact with the environment, and it had like that kind of God of War combat, light attack, strong attack, so forth. Super fun. Like I said, with this new one, they're going for, I'm guessing, turn-based combat, which comes out of nowhere, but I think it's really sweet, and I'm down with it. I'm mostly really good with this because the Yakuza 6 ended Kazuma's story. He was the main antagonist for all these games, and this one's going to be a completely new story with completely new characters, completely new main character. So I think it's actually kind of fitting that they're going to do, change the combat system up a bit. And since the other games are already classified as RPGs, this is kind of bringing it more into that RPG level. And I love me some JRPGs, so I think this would be really cool. Doing I'm assuming like a Final Fantasy style, like select from the menu for like a fucking savage street warfare between two gangs. That'd be kind of sweet. You equip that fucking baseball bat, select the knees, go to town.
I think it's cool. I mean, because obviously I like JRPGs, so that turn-based mechanic appeals to me. I just feel like it's such a switch up, or maybe not a switch up, but it's kind of, why do you change the combat this deep into the franchise? I wonder.
It is a deep switch up. I absolutely see where you're coming, and there's probably going to be some fans who aren't cool with it, and I can get behind them on that. I think it's pretty neat, but yeah, it'd be like if I don't know, like the next Borderlands wasn't a shooter; it was a top-down, RPG or something. It'd be very much a change to the system and a jolt.
And you said this is probably going to be a day oneer for you?
Yeah, I think this is going to be day one. I'm actually really hyped for this. Because I like me some good RPGs. I love the Yakuza world and the lore. And I think as long as they keep like the funny, like the great side quests, the great characters, the funny joke, like they had some really good comedy and stuff in there, and they have a good intriguing story. And I'm sure you'll still get to like roam around the actual city and stuff, which would be cool. I'm super down for this. Like, I think the only thing they're really going to change is just the combat. The actual game is going to be very similar. And I just really, at this point, I want all the Yakuza games on my system. And with the HD Remaster trilogy coming out, I think that'll be very much happening.
I do too. And we can't wait till you get it, so you can definitely talk about it and give us your thoughts on it, because you are going to be our local Yakuza representative. Did they say your Yakuza knowledge? Did they say when it was coming out, or they just? I'm assuming sometime next year. I'm assuming it's next year. I don't know if they have a date yet. I think it's just announced. So, personally, I wouldn't think you're going to see it this year, but who knows?
Nah, I think you're right. I think it'll probably be like maybe February of next year.
That seems good. Early launch next year. I think that seems feasible. You know what didn't seem feasible though, and now that it happened, it kind of has a lot of people's eyebrows crawling up their forehead. But TellTale is being brought back. In a way, it's not necessarily what you think. That my God, TellTale came back. Based on the articles I've seen, two guys who have been, I guess, in the gaming industry in some capacity before, bought the TellTale name. They have the rights to, I think, Batman and the Wolf Among Us. And what they're planning on doing is, if you're a former TellTale employee, they're going to hire you on as a quote-unquote freelancer. And that just sounds shitty to me.
And from what I've seen, it looks like they don't plan to change anything. They want to keep these games going, keep doing the episodic formula, do the exact same, I guess, like gameplay and all that. And that's pretty much what led them to ruin to begin with. It's like buying, like how loot box is going for bankruptcy. Be like, I'm going to buy a loot box and just do the exact same shit they always did. Hope it works this time. I mean,
it's not a bright move.
No. I know a lot of people are hyped for it because there's a lot of people who wanted, like, they wanted The Wolf Among Us 2 to get made. I think they wanted some of these games to keep going. But I think they're going to be for a world of hurt.
Yeah, like, the business failed once. Like, what makes you think that doing the same thing again is going to have any different results?
Mm-hmm. Like, if they actually said, we're going to go in there and we're actually going to do, like, we're going to change it up. We're going to make, like, actual, like, games, like a platformer or something like that. They can still do some episodic stuff, but just, vary it up a bit. They might have more luck.
Yeah, but then it would fall out of the genre that they've, like, tried to build.
That's true. Yeah. But are there other companies out there that only do one genre of game?
Besides TellTale?
Yeah.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
And there's a reason for that, because you got to diversify. Like, even Square doesn't do just RPGs. They diversify.
Studios with multiple IPs branch out, but if you don't branch out outside of what you're doing, I wouldn't consider them doing one series an IP and then another series another, because they follow the same format.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same type of game. I mean, it's Batman, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's the same game.
Yeah, it's like Activision does shooters at this point.
Yeah, it's like if you had a studio and all you do is FPSs, the skins change, the world's changed, but it's just FPSs.
Exactly.
That's
And if it's not a genre, like, bringing up first-person shooters, like, first-person shooters slap. Like, if the game is good and you figured out your formula, like Call of Duty has, like, it slaps every time they drop a game.
Yeah.
But this shit falls short. Like, these TellTale games fall short. It's like, most people that play TellTale games got them for fucking free.
Or they get them on sale.
Yeah, like, they were either on a steep sale, or PS Plus was like, here you go, have a TellTale game, because they're a starving studio.
It's true.
Maybe we'll jumpstart them.
Like, I got the, was it King's Quest? It wasn't made by TellTale. It's run by Sierra, but it's the same type of game. But I got it because it was free. It was like the free game for that month. It was just the first chapter. I played through. I was like, oh, that's neat. It's like, do you want to buy the next chapter? It's like, no, I'm good.
Like, no.
Because it's just going to be more of the same. I was like, it was good for a little bit, but I couldn't imagine doing this for 5 more chapters. If I want to see what the story goes, I'll just look it up on YouTube.
And that's what a lot of people are going to do. But best of luck to them.
My biggest gripe is I couldn't imagine being an old employee from TellTale, a salaried employer, and then 2 frat boys come up and go, oh, hey, we'll let you freelance for us. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't go back. Cause I guarantee a lot of them probably been hired by other game studios. So I sure
Yeah,
there's
a lot of support around them when they disbanded.
Yeah, I sure as shit wouldn't. Because I heard, like, that was one of the things, like, they treated their employees real bad, and, like, the crunch and something like that. And then, like, to lose your job after all that, and then only for your old company to be resurrected and say, hey, you want to come back part-time with no guarantee that you'll have a job, after a week, no benefits, no medical, no nothing. Go, shit, yeah, I want to do that. Nah, I gotta be fucking high.
Yep. So let's keep an eye on see if they just use those 2 or if they try to go after new IPs. I'm anxious to see what they do. I mean, we pretty much know they're going to make the same game, but I'm wondering if they're going to try to acquire different IPs from whoever and see what they're going to get.
They don't have the money. They're going to have to make more games with whatever IPs they got now. If they're successful, they might be able to acquire some more IPs, but they probably used all their capital just to get the studio.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't see it just, boding well for them, but it's, hey, I don't want to wish anybody failure, but it kind of seems like it's
same here.
Not going to be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for them to fail. I just don't see them succeeding. But prove me wrong, TellTale.
Let's cover this one real quick, because Jeremy, I know that you'll fall asleep if we talk about Call of Duty for too long. But one of the main esports teams, 100 Thieves, Nadeshot, I'm sure a lot of people who follow anybody on Twitch know who they are. They're actually not participating in the Call of Duty Pro League this year for 2020, and it's kind of due in part to Activision franchising it, putting basically it's a $25 million price tag to get in. So one of the biggest names in that genre are basically sitting out. They're not making a roster. It's crazy. And I think we talked about who was it a few weeks back? The League of Legends not doing their franchise for it. So that's 2 we've heard about in a fairly short span.
Yeah, the League of Legends team, they were out due to other allegations, not because of money.
Well, this one's money. I don't think it's all money related, but I think it had a lot to do with it.
But yeah, it's like you over-commercialized, and I get a lot of money comes in, a lot of money goes out, but $25 million for a team?
That's a lot of doll hairs.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's what the article
How many fucking teams go in?
GameSpot said
8? 12?
I don't know. That's a good question for Google. If you
want
to go check it out, go check it out.
Like that doesn't sit well with me.
Let's go down the Google rabbit hole.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go get some water because my mouth is really dry. You find it?
I've found several of them, but yeah, I mean that seems to be the numbers. $25 million
for a fucking team. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what they're saying. The head of
Nobody
Thieves
should do
was
that.
like, there's a lot of upfront costs. There's a lot of operational costs, and now with Activision franchise, the Call of Duty League, and that's where they're making their money. It says the cost of entry. Okay, so this is a quote actually from ESPN. In a video released by Twitter, Nadeshot explained the reasons behind his decision, including the cost of entry, a reported $25 million, sources told ESPN in March, for the league, for entry into the league. So that's insane. $25 million to go in and maybe make some money.
Yeah, maybe that's just an upfront cost to get your team there, but it can't be that you gotta. Who knows? That's an insane amount of money that teams don't win. Like, of course, there's probably payouts for top 4, top 8, whatever it is, but like they're not bringing in that much money. Sounds like a losing battle. I need to do more research.
It sounds. Yeah, I mean, you pay $25 million to go in, and you may not win. I mean, like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like that's too much money.
But let's see what the next professional sports team is going to drop out. Who knows? Nobody knows. But it's not good to hear that 2 different franchises had 2 of the big ones drop out. So we'll keep an eye on that. Talk about the next one that comes out. Epic announced 8 new titles that are coming exclusively to their store. And I think they announced it at PAX. But what these really are is they're basically Epic saying they're trying to build their store up. They want to get exclusive content. So a lot of these are still indie games, but pretty well touted, I think, indie games. But you got Airborne Kingdom, Alto Collection, Eternal Cylinder, Manifold Garden, No Straight Roads, Ooblets, Superliminal, and Watam. And I don't know a lot of those games, but
I've not heard a single one of them.
Yeah, I haven't either, really. But I think it's cool that they're trying to get exclusives. I mean, that's how they build their store.
I don't know, man. It seems like they're sniping exclusives just to stick it to Steam. I know every time they get an exclusive, people get pissed off because no one uses Epic, and they all use Steam. If you're a PC gamer,
it all depends on what you want to play. I think the way that they take the market share though is to just keep getting exclusive games.
Yeah, even if they're not big ones, I mean, just you finally maybe land a big one and say, hey, this is the only place that you can play whatever. The new Call of Duty. Not that would ever happen, but how badass would that be if Epic locked down the Call of Duty world? Oh, how things would change.
Well, ask the Steam users; they would not agree it's badass.
I think we all know you don't piss off the PC master racers. Okay,
nah.
That's the last thing you want to do. A new Resident Evil project was announced. We don't know much about it yet, but what we do know is that it will be, I guess, shown or more information or announced fully at Tokyo Gameshow. And I think Jeremy got a chub when he heard that.
Nah, I heard rumor it was going to be a co-op spinoff, which does not have me interested at all. I'm crossing my fingers that it's the Resident Evil 3 remake that they've been rumored. And then I can complete my Resident Evil collection on the PS4. But if it's just another spinoff, it's going to be co-op focused, I'm completely passing. Like I don't like the co-op Resident Evils. Resident Evil 5 was trash. 6 was not one of the better ones. I just want like a nice single player experience. That's what Resident Evil is.
Well, I haven't really played Resident Evil in a long time, and I like the franchise for what it is, but it just doesn't get me necessarily excited anymore.
Oh, I love the Resident Evil franchise, but I don't like every single game they make. They made some shit ones, that's for sure.
What's my favorite Resident Evil? Probably 4.
2 for me.
2 all day.
Garmin, you got one? 2 all day?
Yeah.
It's the one that
Very
really
nice.
hooked me.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever played. I think 2's good, but I prefer the old style of the games. Not much for the third. Like third person stuff's good, but I never found 4 scary or 5 or 6. But I love the old ones where it was just like the fixed camera angles, the tank controls and shit. That's classic Resident Evil to me. Although the Resident Evil 2 remake, they still were able to make it scary even with the third-person perspective. And Resident Evil 7 was just great with its first person.
I still think if I ever got a PlayStation VR, that would be like the first one I'd want to play just to see if it fucked me up so bad.
Yeah, that one would definitely be it. Well, I already own it, but that'd be a reason to get the VR. Shit your pants terrifying.
I'm excited to hear what they got. Again, I probably won't jump on it, but I know the world pretty much goes crazy for Resident Evil, and coming off that really hot drop, and you know, they've got a lot of momentum going, so hopefully it carries over. We will see, and of course we're going to bring you all the information. You already know that. I don't really have to say that, but we'll keep an eye on it. That should be the new slogan for our show, Hella Average Gaming. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's talk about WoW Classic, which Blizzard launched in all its glory. It's the version that I would have played back in the day when WoW consumed my life. But it's funny because there's so many people playing this WoW Classic that there's a quest where you actually have to kill one of the NPCs as part of the quest, and you can only do it like one at a time. So people are literally in-game lining up, like forming a line, like a drive-through line to complete this quest. And I don't mean a small line. Like, there's probably hundreds of people's avatars, in-game characters in there.
It's insane, like how crazy this game like blew up. I can't remember who I was watching, but they were in the game. Something happened. They ended up getting disconnected, and like the queue to get back in the game was just so long. He was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to sleep." He went to sleep right on his stream, which is totally against the rules. Like, he wasn't ruining his stream for the night just because the game fucked him.
I watched Shroud play a little bit, and he was having a good time with it, but it definitely brought back memories seeing it. It definitely brought back memories. Not that I want to go and, like I said, I think I said before he started, like, waste my life away on WoW again, but, man, it looks good.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised you're not even going to download it and play. Even the little free trial.
I'm just not, I can't do it.
No, because you know if you do it, you're
my
stuck.
memories.
Dude, I'm just sitting here imagining a world where you guys are talking about watching people live stream themselves waiting in a virtual line. That's amazing.
I mean, it's not that I sat there and watched it very long, Jeremy.
Someone's watching it.
Someone's watching. And to be fair, I didn't watch that stream, but I saw a picture of it.
Well, Jeremy, I want you to think about this.
Okay.
When Ninja is not streaming, you can go in his chat, and it's still lit as fuck as if he was streaming.
That's sad. Of course, I'm sure it's full of 14-year-olds, so that's different.
I don't know the demographics.
Probably a lot of 13-year-olds too,
and maybe some 12-year-olds.
Probably some 11s, but let's not get into this.
And a couple of creepy 42-year-olds who were there.
And then
for
there's
other
Jeremy,
reasons, who is not even in that realm.
Bullshit.
Jeremy's
I saw
been
that
ghost
Mixer
watching
app on
Ninja
your
since
phone.
the beginning. He had the exclusive. He had Mixer before Ninja even announced it.
No, man, that's just the site I used to buy blenders. Mixer.
Oh, you're so funny, Jeremy.
Old man Jer Bear.
You youngins.
Last but not least, another Nintendo game is making its, well, let me rephrase that. Nintendo is venturing into the mobile market yet again with Mario Kart Tour, a mobile game that looks a lot like Mario Kart. I don't think it's much different. I think it's like a mobile version of Mario Kart.
Well, from what I've seen, I don't think there's any multiplayer aspect. You just basically you just race the track on your own. So
that's kind of weak.
I think
there's a multiplayer?
No, it's just like you pick a track and you race it, and you're just like racing other people's ghosts, I guess, for time. Because how are they going to be able to handle that?
The same way they handle all these other mobile games with a ton of people playing on them, Jeremy. Technology is there.
Yeah, but this is also, you got to keep in mind, they got to use touch controls, got to be vertical all the time. Like, I mean, I'm sure it'll do well. It's Nintendo.
I really hope that they don't make it I hope they make it landscape.
Oh, it's vertical. They make all their games vertical so you can play them one-handed. I'm like, nah. No thanks.
Then the touch controls are going to be very different then.
From what I've seen, the touch controls are literally the car just drives on its own. You just move left to right. I think you flip up to like fling items forward or something, and flip back to send them back or something.
That's not bad.
I don't know. Yeah, but I'd be sitting there going, why am I not just playing this on my Switch and not killing my data plan?
Jeremy, you're probably like one of like 9 people that I know that doesn't have unlimited data.
It's because my AT&T doesn't offer it.
Bullshit. They do offer it.
I was told they do not offer it.
Well, they lied to your old ass. They taking advantage of your geriatrics, boy.
I don't need unlimited anyway. I barely use a gig every month.
Jeremy, I've probably used 90 fucking gigs this month.
It's because you're a data hog.
You're the reason my power bill's running up all the time, damn it.
Yeah. Carm.
The fuck does my phone have to do with your power bill?
Don't fucking worry about it, bitch. It just does.
Bitch, turn off them motherfucking lights you leave on all night.
You scared of the dark, though, man.
I am scared of the dark, actually. I am scared of the dark. I don't like ghosts. But, you know what? We're out of news. That was it. I think that we had a pretty good spread of everything from mobile gaming to esports. I think we covered it all. I think it was a pretty good news week. What do you guys think?
Pretty solid.
Knocked it out.
Perfect. Well, Carmen, why don't you give us a little outro here? Let the fans know how much we love them.
Yes, we love you long time. Select start videos are going up on YouTube as we speak. I got some artwork from the great Jer Bear. You get to watch all of our glory. I'm taking notes as I'm uploading to try to boost up that Instagram. So go ahead and hit us with a follow on there. All the links will be in the description below. And as always, play on and stay
Hella
average.